Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo November 6, 2022. Discovering genuinely useful information with just a little digging is entirely possible today. However, you'll have to cut through the fluff. Some minor challenging aspects challenge your perceptions today, particularly about matters of the past. However, this is also a day for pouring a little more energy into your work and feeling accomplished as a result, or for some, paying particular attention to your health, nutrition, and self-care can give you a satisfying boost. At the same time, the moon spends all of today in your privacy sector, the final house of your solar chart, suggesting a break on an emotional level will do you a world of good. Be sure to feed your need for rest and detox. Eclipse season is roaring around you. In fact, you could feel like you're stepping through a war zone, uncertain if there are landmines. Whenever eclipse season arrives, it does so 1 month prior to the first eclipse and lingers until 1 month after the latter one. Destined turning points, shifts, and events are triggered during this time, offering fresh starts and new beginnings, but also mighty endings and breakdowns that could leave you catching your breath. Know that you are in the eye of the storm at this time and about halfway through it. Prepare for a highly introspective day. The mystical moon in Pisces is submerged in your subconscious, especially as it trines the Sun, Venus, and Mercury in Scorpio. You might feel notably emotional while considering your power, authority, and control over your financial reserves. Since the moon also sextiles Uranus retrograde and the North Node in Taurus, you might feel more unsure of your values. It could be challenging to figure out what you want to do with your money matters. Take a step back, soak it all in, and decide when you are not feeling emotional. In just 4 days, the moon will clash with the sun in your financial sector to create the first total lunar eclipse in your income sector since 2004. This is something that is going to energize both sides of the financial fence, but for now, things are calm as the moon forms a friendly aspect to both the Sun and Venus in your financial sector, something that on the heels of the same aspect to Mercury there yesterday is helping to boost your financial confidence. The innovative energy of today's aspect makes you feel optimistic about the future in many ways. You may be ahead of your time, however. Concentrate on the here and now. Give yourself the best possible present by tending to your physical needs. This means plenty of fresh drinking water, lots of good rest, and lots of organic foods for your body. Exercise keeps you full of positive energy that gets you where you want to go. It's time to spend some creative energy expressing yourself. With this being a 3-day, this should come naturally and readily for you. Regardless of what the day's events hold for you, be sure to allow yourself time to play with the artistic or musical activities that you enjoy the most. With the typical high energy that your number feels, slowing down long enough to paint or engage in a hobby can be challenging, yet this sort of thing goes a long way towards expansion. Go for it. What makes a friendly aspect between the moon, as it makes its monthly visit to an intuitive and imaginative part of your chart, and the Sun and Venus in your financial sector significant, is the timing. The moon returns every 4 weeks, but this is the only visit this year while the Sun or any planets are in your financial sector. As well as a chance to fuel your financial confidence, instincts, and imagination, this is putting the Sun and Moon in harmony ahead of their clash as an eclipsing full moon early next week. With Venus, the planet of love, just 12 days away from her only visit to an adventurous part of your chart this year, today's clash between the moon and the dwarf planet Ceres couldn't come with better timing. This will put how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off to the test, something that will be essential when Venus returns to bring the spirit of romance and adventure together. Our eyes in the sky. Today kicks up plenty of conversation all around as Mercury and Venus, both in Scorpio, align with the Pisces moon. The moon trines these planets, adding to the vibe of connectivity. There's an emphasis on expression and legal matters. There is clarity in certain circumstances, but someone or something is trying to play with your memory. Early in the day, the Pisces moon experiences a quick and healing aspect that allows us to be seen. Try to write things down if you're afraid you'll forget certain bits of information. You could even be overwhelmed by the amount of chatter going on in your various circles and groups. Pay careful attention to what's happening in the news, especially because the sun's presence in emotional Scorpio can give the playful energy a sarcastic and dark tone. Hidden information needs to be uncovered. It might not be today, but it will come out very soon. Mercury in Scorpio wants to be very righteous. There could be a strong element of ego being pushed forward in the media throughout the day. Stay tuned for more information. The opposition you face will be tougher than you think. Your usual methods of winning someone over or convincing someone that you are right will not work as easily as they normally do. Others are digging in their heels and are not likely to budge. A key player at work will pull through for you in a way that you never anticipated. This person's loyalty toward you goes much deeper than you think. Know that you can count on key people today to pick up any slack that you may have. Bringing balance to any situation will be easier said than done. You may discover that the best way to create harmony with people you work with is to take things to the extremes. Only by understanding both ends of the spectrum will you strike a balance. Your eyes will be more hypnotic than usual. People who come in contact with your gaze, even virtually, will be mesmerized in such a way that you will just about be able to control them with your mind. Your power over others is greater than you think. Use it wisely. Try not to get into a "who knows more" contest with someone today. What may start out as a friendly jest could become rather ugly very quickly. You are better off not starting anything at all. There is no sense in getting all worked up over nothing. After all the cosmic energy of last week, the first week of November starts on a very slow note. However, just because we don't have any transiting planets doesn't mean this will be an easy 7 days. In fact, the weekend brings plenty of tension when Venus in Scorpio opposes Uranus in Taurus on Saturday. This is an agitating aspect that can fill relationships with plenty of stress and drama. On the bright side, your bank account could receive a windfall if you play your cards right. Good luck. Everything is working well for you. You are in a very favorable position with everyone around you. You are able to make a great deal of progress on anything you tackle. This is the bright spot among the storm clouds that you have been waiting for. Unfortunately, relationship matters don't improve when Venus squares Saturn in Aquarius on Sunday. This is also a negative aspect because we might be disappointed by our love affairs and partners. This is a day filled with potential breakups and rejection as we figure out what we truly want. Don't be afraid to set firm boundaries, and be willing to leave if someone crosses a line.